So I just finished making a video on the prologue and foreword of the NIST Special Publication 800-53, only to find out that we are on revision 5 now. I was reading from revision 4, so I'm going to go ahead and, for the rest of my video, switch to revision 5. Try to be the most up-to-date and see the newest of everything. But before I dive into that introduction, which I promised to make a video on, let's go ahead and check out the changes that you're going to miss because of the order of things I did my research in. So first, very noticeable difference, there's no link to that data object identifier, dx.doi.org, but there is this little blue box. So the last video series we were really talking about the gray boxes, and I covered that quite a bit. This authority stuff though is going to be the same. For the most part it's the same. You can see it looks a little less wordy. Looks like they're citing some very specific part of FSMA and a different part of public law. 113-283, this is 107-2347. Revision 5 has 494 pages, while revision 4 was a little less, so I thought they were going to get less wordy. Maybe they do get less wordy, just more substance. They're switching out the color of the boxes, like I said before, and I have missed out on the opportunity to comment publicly. This is a few years ago, so I am so late to this. But it is interesting, this is still in the draft form. I didn't see a final copy. I wonder with any errata or mistakes I find if it'd be okay to email that email address. So similar to before, we have this reports on computer systems technology, an abstract, keywords. Here there are more keywords actually. They wanted to put in the word availability, personally identifiable information, so it looks like those are the two major differences. We're going to scroll past all the people they acknowledge, which it looks like the list has grown since the last time we read it. I covered the Federal Information Processing Standard before, but here we got a note to reviewers. And I want you to pay special attention to the first sentence right there actually. As we push computers to the edge, building an increasingly complex world of interconnected information systems and devices, security and privacy continue to dominate the national dialogue. There's a quote that says the task force notes that the cyber threat to U.S. critical infrastructure is outpacing efforts to reduce pervasive vulnerabilities. There is an urgent need to further strengthen the underlying information systems. This update of revision 5 responds to the call by the Defense Science Board by embarking on a proactive and systemic approach to develop and make available to a broad base of public and private sector organizations a comprehensive list of safeguarding measures for all types of computing platforms, including general-purpose computing systems, cyber-physical systems, cloud and mobile systems, industrial process control systems, and Internet of Things devices. So in revision 5, they keep up with the run-on sentences. But it is cool to see the reasoning behind the new revision. So down here they say revision 5 is the next generation security and privacy controls. The major publication changes here. Making the security and privacy controls more outcome-based by changing the structure of the controls, fully integrating the privacy controls into the security control catalog, separating the control selection process from the actual controls. Okay, separate process from control, that's fine. Promoting integration with different risk management and cybersecurity approaches in lexicons, including the cybersecurity framework. That takes us to a page not found. Clarifying the relationship between security and privacy, and then incorporating new state-of-the-practice controls based on threat intelligence and empirical attack data. So revision 5 is definitely the one I want to read now. And it says right here they anticipated producing the final draft in October of 2017, or the final version no later than December 29th, 2017, but I have not found that. Well, as you can see here, this gray box is now this blue box with a different title, but the same beginning sentence, but you can see the last sentence is different. I'll let you compare the two bit by bit. Here we have security requirements from the perspective of different communities of interest. I read through that one. This says development of information systems, components, and services. But here's security as a design problem. We got that as a box compared to this technology policy neutrality. I wonder if they just got rid of the whole neutrality spiel. I thought it was pretty good. Like, they justify why they were trying to be neutral to specific technologies, specific applications, really. But check this out. Remember when I said to remember the first line of that paragraph before I started reading a few pages ago? Well, here it says, as we push computers to the edge, building an increasing complex world of interconnected information systems and devices. So you take that and you compare it to this first paragraph in the reasoning behind Revision 5, notes to reviewers. As we push computers to the edge, building an increasing complex world of interconnected information systems and devices. They sure did just copy and paste that sentence starter from here to the blue box. Can't judge them too harshly, it's just a draft. Alright, so we're on the table of contents here, and that's where I stopped in my previous video. You could see the differences. Looks like Chapter 3 has really been beefed up. So with that said, in the next video, I'll go ahead and go over, not the prologue, because I already did that in this one, but I'll start right here with Chapter 1, the introduction.